Hi, we have a daughter, Ellie. She's 30 now and grown up, but when she was little, she was diagnosed with autism, dyspraxia, dyslexia, learning difficulty, epilepsy. She was never diagnosed directly with sensory integration difficulties or disorders, but however, we believed that she did have sensory difficulties. Now, one of the ways in which this showed was that her skin was particularly sensitive. You couldn't touch it gently at all. If you touched it gently, she'd scream back, she'd pull away, or she'd go to fight you. But if you touched it firmly or in a rough manner, then she'd lean into you and she'd want to be your friend. This showed up with significant difficulties in things like giving her a bath. The water was very soft, the bubbles were very soft, and she couldn't cope with it at all. And one day in the bath, I picked up a sponge and said to her, "Ellie, you need to keep still. I've got to wash you, sweetheart." What happened from that is that I added some pressure to the sponge as I was washing her. And as I did, she stood still and she held up her arm and let me wash her, and the whole bath time was then spent experimenting with different textures on her skin. We ended up with a loofah that happened to be in the bathroom. She really enjoyed that. And also, an occupational therapist said to us, we need to be able to help her to tolerate lightweight clothes, especially for the summertime. So we started off by giving her lots of games that were rough and tumbles and fun and crawling around on different surfaces and rough surfaces. And over a period of time, we actually eased off on the weight that we gave her body while we were playing with her. And we ended up with a very light duvet cover that she could crawl underneath and she could play with, and her body became tolerant to lightweight fabrics and lightweight materials. Although she still now enjoys having heavy blankets on the bed, actually she can wear skirts and dresses and t-shirts in the summertime, or when it's really hot, just sleep under a sheet. Now, it wouldn't have happened at all unless we'd have worked with her through play and through fun and through activities. There's a real benefit and value for sensory play when we're looking at children with sensory integration disorders, and that's what we're going to look at next in this module.